Well, if recording us once a damn week is the reason why you can't eat no food, your life was f***ed up before you met us.
Because we ain't
At least
doing
we giving you some laughs while you hungry.
You feel me? Hey, eat the air, mom.
You spent $60 on steak and eggs in Kentucky. I saw
Start the podcast.
All right, let's go.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up?
No, we actually got the big Mason.
Big Mason.
The big Mason.
What's up?
The big Mason on the podcast today. Not to be confused with Mason Only Store.
Mason Only Store.
That's a little Mason.
That's right.
We're gonna go over the highlights of the meet we had yesterday, and we're gonna get to
the freak show.
Yeah, the freak show.
No Diddy.
No doubt. And then we're gonna talk about your day and everything that's coming with it. So, hey man, Big Jonah, Big Dive, Big Mason, and we got Lil Dolan in the background. This is Pushing Weight Show.
Pushing Weight.
Deadlifts and debates, hot topics on the plate. From the gym to the mic, boy, every day we pushing weight.
So, real quick, I want to start out with your. Did you hit the numbers that you wanted?
No.
Okay, positive.
I hit it on deadlift easily.
Yeah,
but it's funny how the meet, just the drama of the meet, little things happening can change the outcome of what you're doing anyways. That's part of the fun for me. That's why I always tell people that are coming, like Jared, is like, you have a plan, we're just gonna play the game. Like you got it, the total is the goal. Yeah. So I mean, we had a lot going on. You were judging for the first time, so there was a lot of it and a lot of new hands.
Walking around in your fake little polo.
My Amazon polo.
And usually, if you're not doing the stuff there, a lot of people look to me to do it. When I was lifting, we looked to Mason for the first time, and he was juggling a lot. So like I said, I was calling depth in the squat suit, doing everything I could to help. Yeah. But we didn't get to the table in time to get my second attempt in, which I got called a little high on the first, which I honestly told Mason to cut it where I thought he would. Yeah. It's a feeler, I knew it was going to be something easy. Yeah. So we went to up it. I was told no, had to take it again. Kind of threw me off. I didn't want to. I knew if I took the 600, that's still it's a 65-pound PR. Yeah. Or I could jump to 625 and risk only having 570 on the board. Right. So it was more like I'm going to take the 600 and have fun with it. I know I can. I've done it numerous times in the gym. Yeah. So that kind of threw that off. And then bench, I just can't bench. I don't know. It hates me. I've done 3 meets, and the first attempt's always the one that gets there. That's just the one that I thought for sure I had that 400 and soft elbowed it. And that one's going to haunt me for the next 5 months, just like the last one did. Yeah. But I took PRs on everything. 500 felt like it should have been another 30 pounds on. But
it looked good.
In all reality, though, I took a big PR for total, and I mean it was a good meeting at the end of the day.
Because what was the difference from this total from your last?
I went 1385 the last time, and this one was 1469.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean squat itself, we held back pretty good on the squat last time to try to get through my first multiply meet, and this one the plan was to go for the moon, but again, like I said, just play the game and try to get to the end. And I have 3 totals. I haven't bombed out yet, so
I just had to rub that in your
man. That's what I was about to say. Like, damn.
I was like, I ain't bombed out.
I don't even want to feel close to it, dog. The Toledo meet, just sitting there, like that's a deflating feeling. Like I honestly, I saw it in Jordan yesterday, and I had to kind of brush him. I was like, dude, just go out there and do what you can do, because it's a deflating feeling. It's hard to sit there and be like, well, like it all adds up. For 5 months you worked for it. It's like, man, I'm about to step out here. The first 2 did not do what I wanted them to do. Yeah. So how is this the one gonna fly up? You know what I mean? And that's where it comes through with the part of it for me, like you coaching and stuff. It's what people need to hear. Like I needed to hear that the excuses I was saying was bullshit. I needed to hear that I just need to get out of my head and that this was an easy thing for me to do. Like you could have said, oh, try again, you got this, you know what I mean? But that's not what I needed to hear in the moment. So like I said, that's part of the game for me. I think that's part of powerlifting, is like the day of the meet is your own drama. You got just playing the game.
So Dov come up to me and he was like, He's like, I f***ing hate coming to these things.
Bro.
And I was like, at first when he said it, because he was running the merch table. First when he said it, I immediately felt bad, like, damn, man, this shit probably ain't fun for you. And then he was like, I want to be on that platform so bad. And I was like, okay. Woo, I thought he was about to be like, fam, I'm done.
No, bro, that it literally, bro, just watching, because it's like I always start to prep, like, you know what I'm saying, our 4-month prep or whatever long our prep is. I'll make it to like, I think the last few times I'll make it to like week 6, week 7, you know what I'm saying, when we start getting a little bit heavier, and it's always, bro, like, I keep getting a Hemi, bro. I keep getting a Hemi.
You gotta fight
pushing
through
Like,
much.
you laughing, but that sucks.
Bro,
and then
I
it's
couldn't
defeating
imagine.
because then I can't work out like after that for at
Right.
least 2-3. Like I could do like some light accessories, but I still like that was week 7, week 8 was like that was a month or two ago. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I still feel that.
eyes, man.
Yeah, I still. So it's like it doesn't go away. But like I was telling you before, like me and Jordan was talking about it, and it's probably just a lot more back work. You know what I'm saying? That I need to do lower back. I need to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
This
it's-
prep.
Yeah, so you're stronger down there.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, this sport is one of them things where like you were just saying, you train for year round basically, but let's just say you're training, you're 5 months out from your next meet, and you have a date, and you like, this date is the goal, and everything that you are working towards is the goal of that day. And then when you get hurt, man, and that's what I always say, like, the sport is injury.
Yeah.
Like, this sport is injury. Like, it happens. It's going to happen one day, whatever it is, it's going to happen, whether it's small or big. And right now I'm battling a knee. Both knees really, but my left knee in particular, and then my left elbow. And, like, I can't do a tricep extension. So I'm sitting there and I was like, okay, what can I do to still continue to grow and get stronger? And it bugs the hell out of me because I'm like, dude, I'll do these other exercises, but I'm like, I know
It doesn't feel as filling.
it does. Yeah, I'm not getting that feeling of I'm gaining actual big strength. I have to make small strength steps instead of big strength steps with it. So I get it, dude. It's frustrating. It is one of the most frustrating things about this sport is just when you have a goal in mind, and then it just gets, yanked out from underneath you.
Yeah.
It pisses you off, honestly.
Cause I told you, I was coming for your heels, Mason.
Didn't you bench like the same as me last time we got in shirts?
And that was just me starting back
I'm
up.
just
So
saying.
yeah, that was just me starting back up.
Gloss
That was off the
Gloss
couch.
burner.
That was off the couch, and you had been training for like 7 months.
You ever seen that?
It was a fresh shirt. Just saying, first day, a new shirt.
you ever seen that? You seen The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale,
Yeah.
right? You ain't never seen the movie.
I told you I hate Mark Wahlberg.
Dude.
I know he's y'all patriot, but
Dude.
First off, yeah, he is.
He was a car dealership.
I just don't understand why. We're gonna have to re-explain this one. Why do you hate Mark Wahlberg? Because he's better looking than you? Because he can sing? Because he can rap? I need to know. He was the lone survivor.
okay. Fan
think he
of
looks
Marky
kinda
Mark's
shitty now that
fan club.
Funky bunch.
over there. I don't know, man. He just always plays the same person like every movie.
Well, you got to think
No, he
that how
does
many
not.
people
He
do that,
does.
though. That's what I was just
I
saying.
mean,
to my
they
wife
do.
the other
They
night.
do. I mean, you got Tom Hanks, you got Denzel.
You know,
got,
I'd rather be that, though, than the person that always is the crackhead. Like, you ever notice that? There's always two people that play the most low-life people.
You ever seen the dude that his name's Hector? in
Oh, yeah,
every
he plays
movie?
Hector in every
His real movie. His real name's Hector.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I was just seeing that they had his Wikipedia up the other day.
Yeah.
It was literally Hector in like
Hector,
15
Hector,
movies.
yeah.
No, that's what I was just saying that the other day. I'm like, there's specific actors that are just really, like, what's his name in The Landman? Billy Bob Thornton. He look at all the roles he plays, like Bad Santa and Landman, and he plays the hell out of like an overworked white trash man. But then you see him like on the Kelly Show or something like that, and he's wearing like a top hat
Bro.
and like the most fashionable person you've ever seen.
I saw him on Drew Barrymore's show, And like when you think Billy Bob Thornton,
You would
like
never
said,
imagine that
you think,
that he
you know,
dresses like that, dude.
This man is talking about how he was wearing jeans like you wearing right now, the female jeans, bro. He said he wears.
They're called jeggings. First of all.
They're called biker jeans.
Fam, these aren't biker jeans. These are Levi's.
But that's
And they're
part of the
stealing
celebrity
cases of
thing,
jeans
though, right?
and
Like
shit.
you meet him and you're like, you're not an overworked landman.
Yeah. But he literally was wearing girls' pants, and he was talking about how he likes wearing females' pants. Then he had like a bandana on with like
And
a
a
sun
top
hat,
hat, yeah.
And like it, like when you seen him, I was just like, this is not bad news.
It's not bad
Johnson.
It's the same with your
man.
boy. It's same with your boy off of what's the movie when he the English dude, black dude.
Eldris.
No, not Elders. I built this brick by brick.
Snowfall.
From Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall. Then you hear him on the movie, and then you listen to him in interviews. He has a English
Really?
accent.
I've never.
You never knew that?
I've never heard him outside
Yeah,
the
he's
show.
he's like a sucker.
That used to be.
That's like that's like a dude off of Sons of Anarchy. Jax,
Yeah.
the main character, he's English.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You get to hearing him talk. You're like, you ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah.
you ain't no biker, bro. But now back to Marky Mark and the disgracefulness. I just want to address this. and say
Listen,
this.
I'm not saying-
he does not play the same roles in every movie. You got
He
Ted.
does.
No, he doesn't, bro. You got Ted.
Okay,
right.
true. Ted was one of a kind movie.
and
though.
then you got-
Tattoo, so that makes it two.
And then
Yeah,
you,
so he did play the same person in Ted 1 and Ted 2. So.
and then you got Lone Survivor.
Okay.
You know.
You got Lone Survivor. You got Shooter. You got what's the on Netflix? Like he's
All
the
right.
renegade cop.
Okay, but he was. I know what you're talking
He
about.
is. He is.
That's my.
What's
no,
the
that shit on
other?
Netflix.
Patriots Day.
What's
right?
the other funny movie that he's in with
Daddy's
Will
Home.
Ferrell?
Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home. That
Bro,
was funny.
listen,
That's a funny movie.
but
I didn't
Will
want
Ferrell.
to. I didn't want to watch that just because it had him in it. Will Ferrell's my guy, and like if you have YouTube TV at nighttime, the movies just keep playing and.
yeah.
And I had woke up in the middle of the night and that was on, and I sat there and watched it. That is a funny ass movie. Lightweight. That is a funny ass movie. Lightweight. Actually, bro, I catch so many movies that I would never watch just
Pain
because I
and
can't
Gain.
find a
That's
remote.
a good one. That's a true story.
The other guys.
The other guy.
The other guys. Now, granted,
I hated that movie.
What?
I hated
it's
the
a
other
good
guy.
movie, but that was a corny ass.
Yeah,
movie.
it's like, and it's like slow.
They
like,
jump off the damn
yeah.
roof. Like, come
Like,
on,
that's
man.
like
that's hilarious. That's
that's like one of the
Nobody
movies
will do that.
watch on like a Wednesday and you just like to doze off to like.
Right,
watching
dude,
movies
that's
on
that
Wednesday.
Movie. Well, that's that movie you turn on. Yeah, what the hell does he do that he gets to watch movies on a Wednesday? I'm working 10 hours in a foundry.
I've called
dude.
that man up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What are you doing? What's up? You just wake up?
Good nap. Now that was my routine. Listen, now I'm gonna say this. So that was last year. Actually, that was the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But like I was building, but then I was stagnant,
Yeah.
and I kind of liked it where I was at. And then it's like I just felt the being just stagnant, bro. And it's like my day was really over with about 1 o'clock. I would
Yeah.
come home, take a nap about 1, wait for the kids to come home, then train when it's time to train at like 5:36. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the last, I want to say 2 months, I've been so busy. I was just thinking about this. I was like, man, I remember when I was like, man, I love being off. But I did love being off, but then I'll be sitting there like, man, I feel like I could be doing something more.
Yes.
Like even though I'm doing a lot, it was like I love that schedule, but then it was like, man, I feel like I'd be. So now I'm not getting off until like 5 or 6, and it's like, damn.
And you still got stuff to do. After.
Still got stuff to do, but I love it because it's like earlier I was just sitting on I worked out, trained, then I had some little stuff to do, and I got home 8, and I was sitting there and I was like, well, we got to shoot at 5. I was like, so I might as well run down here, go to Walmart, grab these TVs, take them down there to the Delaware spot, and then by the time it'll be time to, you know what I'm saying? Like I really don't like sitting around.
Bro,
Right.
I think it's the, and we've talked about this extensively.
Yeah.
But we have this feeling right now is not the time to sit,
Yeah.
because there's things that can be done that will set us up to be able to sit in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's the thing, like a man, like I don't know, obviously we don't know if women feel like that, but that's the thing I was talking about, like mental health as a bringing awareness to that feeling. Like as a man, you have that unrest, that like just unsettled feeling. Like you can't sit down for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not.
Anything that happens in your family, you feel too.
Yeah,
that's
like,
what I try to explain.
Yeah, especially if you're not where you want to be, and your kids is chilling, and wifey chilling, and you chilling. Like you just have that unsettling feeling. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard
like
to relax.
It's hard to relax, and that's what I was telling young Dolan. You feel me? He was trying to get a revival going. I was just telling him, bro, you're never going to feel comfortable because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? When you get on that path and get that alignment with God, when you get that alignment with God, you feel me? That's the only time you're going to be able to feel at ease. Like you're supposed to have a sour stomach. You're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like I do at all times, bro. Like I never have fear. I'm just cautious. And you just want to make sure you know what I'm saying, you can handle what's coming at you. You know what I'm saying? But I'll never have that, like any business, bro. I'm not scared. Like of course I'm thinking about it, like but I'm not scared of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna work because we're gonna make it work.
That's always one of the things growing up, man. Like my parents were very stewardess with their money, and they were never risk takers, and they've said that 100 times, and that's one thing that I've always kind of been willing to do. Is risk my time and my money for something that I foresee to have a greater return.
I bet it all on blackjack.
And like I'm not afraid to risk that. Like, and they asked me one time, I was telling you about this, they were like, why are you chasing money? I was like, I'm not chasing money.
Yeah.
I'm chasing freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm chasing the freedom.
Money just comes with it.
That the time can provide me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, say we grind for another 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then, I'll be 40, you be 60, and we find and be able to sit back and be able to sit back and enjoy
the rocking chair.
Enjoy the rocking. Yeah, I like that. Enjoy the rocking chair, because look, brother, they just updated the age for retirement. It's like 65 or 66.
Yeah.
People are normally living until maybe their 80s.
It's like 75. Like
so like you about to work 45 years of your life, 40, even more than that of your life to maybe get another 10 after. Nah.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do what I need to do now. And with that, also make sure that my name is established, my legacy is established in whatever we do, whether it's our kids, whether it's in powerlifting, whether it's the gym, whatever we got going. I feel like that's something when it comes to us guys in the gym, that's something that we're also trying to establish and go for too, is like, I want to be 20, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years down the road, and people like, oh, you don't know about Jonah Hensley? You don't know about 740?
Right.
Oh, bro, you got to go. You got to go up there. You got to go up to Marion and check it out. You got to watch these videos. That's the legacy that I want to leave behind when it comes to the gym. And
yeah,
I feel like we all have that.
I think our gym's a lot different with the culture of it too. It's like the kids, like I tell Kaylee, like my kids talk about the gym. Like even Cohen, he's my youngest, he's 2 years old. Like, and he talks about it. He acts like he's weightlifting. Like all those kids are raised in that gym.
Yeah.
Like Zug's kids, my kids, your kids, we're all together at least 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
And those, when we're together, the kids are together, and like they're raised there. They see that. You know what I mean? So like I always make the jokes with Mason and everybody else. Like down the line, we could be in here old, and these kids could be the ones doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's cool too, is you see like the old heads like from West Side, or the guys that'll pop into meets. Like there was one there yesterday that you'll see in the old videos and stuff all the time, but you just see those, and it's funny because guys will walk up and be like, who is that guy? And you're like, that guy's actually like,
like, you don't know that guy?
There's a lot of respect right there that you're staring at, and it's like, and that would be cool, down the line, like to be known for that, you know what I mean? Or just, that's where it starts for me. That's like a big thing. Like I like to compete for 740, but I also like to coach the dudes and be in there. That's why every Raw group I'm usually handing off or doing something, because that's a big part for me.
Yeah.
like, and I'm an older dude. I mean, not super old, but I mean, whereas to Mason being a junior right now, his goals are just to be, you know, the top. My end goal is to coach or get certifications, do stuff like that.
Yeah. It's definitely, man, I'll tell you, yesterday, judging, excuse me, it was weird. The weirdest thing for me was when our guys were up there, and I'm not able to be like, back, you gotta sit back, you know, or call an up call or spread your shirt, or, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm watching everybody, and I'm like, I can't say anything.
I will say my feet were what messed me up on the first 2 squats, and I still got them both up, but like that first one, I was way too far back, so I pretty much had to good morning it back straight. Yeah. But both of those, I'm like, who would tell me to take a step up or back? It would be Snooky, who's my judge on the left, or Jonah, and I can't ask either of them. And if I ask Mason to, he's going to panic. He's not going to know what to do. So I was like, man. So it was literally like the first one I was too far back. The second one I was when I unracked it, you guys said I must jump the squats. I was because I was already sitting when I came out of that. And I was like, yep, I got to sit down or I'm falling down. So I started to sit, and then that third one, I knew it. As soon as I stood up, that's why I smiled with it even going down, because I knew, like, just where my feet were, that it was going to come up nice and easy.
Yeah. I was told halfway through that if you see something, you are able to help the lifters out. But yesterday was also a test to me for you guys, because I that's what I was telling my girls. Like, I want to go back there while you guys were warming up and help. And even as a judge, I'm able to do that. But I think I was telling you, I was like, I wanted to see how it went without me.
Right.
I wanted to see if everybody was following blindly or learning as we went. And honestly, from everything that I saw, it's not y'all ain't following blind. You know, if that was the case, then PRs wouldn't have been hit. People would have bombed out. You know, I'm not an emotional guy.
Here he goes.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Forget the I'm not an emotional guy.
I'm not an emotional guy, you know, but halfway through that, I mean, once everybody got done squatting that first attempt, I was like extremely proud. I'm sitting there. I've been able to, when you feel it coming up, I've learned to be able to choke it back down real quick. No Diddy, but I had that. But I had that, I felt my emotions running high once everybody got that first squat in. I was like, man, we're here. Like 740 is established. We're here. We're doing shit.
I will say in the warm-ups, Mason, he was super on it. Like, I went up to him and I was like, man, really, like, I can handle my warm-ups. I know what I'm going to need to take, whatever. I just need you there. And I was like, but Jared, this is his first experience. I was like, so you need to be on him. You know what I mean? And, like, walking through what's going on. Matt kind of had his idea of what he was doing. But Mason was on it, like, to where every lift he was at the kilogram chart writing it down. Like, he wrote it in a way that he could read it. Yeah. So, like, if Mason's slow, he wants this, because it was just kind of, then he'd hand that to Kirsten. And I know after that, lady wouldn't let us change the one. Kirsten just stood there, and I know she was driving her nuts, because I came over and she's like, you wanted to change it? Because I know I'm driving this lady nuts. I'm like, no, I'm not going to change this one.
Yeah.
But it went pretty smooth, and a lot of it comes with experience. Like I said, it blows my mind where me and Mason have came so far to where we can jump in and do stuff and, like, even talk. Like, he came to me for Jared, and I was like, I looked at him, I was like, I don't know what Jared wants, but you need to add 30 pounds to whatever he's going to say, because he's going to try to play it safe.
Yeah.
And that's why we pulled the 430-ish or 429, whatever, at the end.
Yeah.
And it's cool that we can do that, but it definitely, we need to get more guys that want to learn that part of it, because the boy was dying yesterday.
I saw him over there when he got done wrapping somebody's knees. He looked up, he stood up, and looked at me. I looked at him, and he was like,
there's a couple times I had to look at him and be like, Mason, I'm going to call Jordan's depth. He's like, I can do it. No, you don't need to. I'm like, I promise it's not a big deal for me.
Take a seat, bro.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way you can call his depth and then wrap his knees in time. Like, we just got to. And Rich actually, completely took over Jared.
I saw that. I saw that. Rich stepped up.
Rich stepped up and called all of his depths and helped him. And I mean, people fell into place where it is. We just need to, like I said, there's locked in when we're in Columbus, but it's going to start getting wide. Like the next one, the Nationals for me,
next one, Pennsylvania
and stuff. So we're just going to see who's really starting to travel and wanting to do it, because I know it's usually we have our 4 to 5 of us that usually do.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a nice big group go, and
we're
going to be going like 2 to 3 times this year if it all goes right. So
it is. I'm excited for Dobbs' first meet. I think we're just going to do bench only to start.
Nah, hell no.
No?
Hell
you
no.
want to do it all? No. You got that squat suit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, we need to get you in that
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
I said, Chase has been begging me. Chase was like, next Friday, can we get in my suit? I was like, I won't be here Friday, buddy. I got stuff going on.
Did he get another one?
He finally got one that fits.
Does it?
Yeah, I want to do a whole
full power.
Yeah, full power meet, bro. Like I thought about just doing a bench, but I'm like, might as well do everything, because like I said, on a good day, I could squat a 600. You know what I'm saying? On a good day, I could pull a 600. So,
bro, for you, because I know how you are. Once you get done with that first meet, it's gonna be overdrive. Like you're gonna be in overdrive.
That's
bro.
what I said.
You're gonna be like, I know how you are. Once you get that first meet out of the way, you can be like, all right, fam, I think there's one in 3 weeks.
That's it.
California,
I made this joke.
We're gonna fly out.
I made this joke this morning because that's another thing I was gonna say earlier when he brought up first meets. It's always cool because me and Mason's like baptism into the meet was when you took us to Kentucky to watch the north of the border.
Oh yeah.
After we watched that, man, I was so ready to train.
Yeah.
And and now it's cool to watch people do that. So I got to watch Brandon do it when I handled him in his first meet. And he got to his like bat was Toledo, so he watched me in Toledo, and that's you can see it in the eyes. And yesterday was Brennan.
Yeah.
Watching Brennan in the corner, he walks over to me, and goes, "This is so cool." And this morning, Brennan pulls in one of the first ones in there. I looked at Kaylee. I was like, "Brennan went home last night, quit his job, and left his girlfriend, and moved out." I was like, "That's what does it." He's
living in his car outside of the gym.
I'm telling you, bro. Every meet, like I get a boost. Like it's like I'm running off a high. Like oh my gosh, bro, I gotta get this together.
Yeah,
See,
I saw you in there today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like doing cardio after, and like every single exercise you was getting after. I think that's for everybody, even the guys that just got done competing. I mean, you can contest to this. You thoroughly, at least for me, we thoroughly enjoy our week off after the meet,
especially.
But it's also during the week. I mean, you get to like Wednesday.
Mentally, you're ready to go 100%. Like that's what I even said this morning. I was like, mentally, I'm ready to go, but physically, I'm not. Like you know what I mean? It is. It's and raw is one thing. I've been broke down by it, but a multiply meet. That's why that's another thing I sat and talked to Jordan about yesterday. I was like, man, you got to think, because he made the comment. I didn't realize how much it was going to torque me, and I was like, dude. You got to think we plan 4 weeks ahead to do these individual lifts, right? And we do them one night, a week apart, so we have that time to recover. And now today, you're doing all 3 of those 3 times, and jumping in and out of these suits, and like it tears you up. You're bruised. You're like, I got bruises all over me. Like it's just you're bruised and battered, and it's a battle. And I like to think of it. I use them like, and I say that to everybody. I don't know if anybody's ever heard it. I know. I mean, I've said it to Jordan. I've said it to Jared yesterday. That's what I use it as. It's like a chapter of your life. Like, because you got to think about it. I got 5 more months till nationals, so that's like what's going to happen in that 5 months. It's not just the gym, it's life. Bull work, what you eat, everything you do from that in that 5 months. All the I've been through wife issues, I've been through family issues. It all feeds into it, and that's a big thing. We had the big talk with Jared and stuff, and that's what I told him. I said, this last deadlift is it, dude. Like, you need to leave all that bullshit that we've been through right here and then just restart.
You ever seen that?
That's why I get as wild as I can on the last one. Like, everything needs to be left right there, and then we're going to recover and just restart.
You ever seen that Tom Platz? It's like early 80 Tom Platz. Like, he's young as hell. And he's talking about when they leave the spaces in between the plates.
I think I know what you're talking
Bro,
about.
Cue that clip. I'm gonna send it to you. Cue that clip for this. Well, yeah, Tom Platz is talking about they leave the spaces for their plates because he's a big leg workout guy.
Yeah, he was the quad guy. Yeah.
And he's like,
okay, I know.
He's
exactly
like, we used to leave the spaces between the plates because when you hear that deep roar, like when you squat down, like you just hear the plates clanking together, and he's like, then you just want to hear it again and hear it again, and like his intensity. Like he he's standing over top of like a bench and he like shakes the bench. He says that it just gets and that's how that feels in the gym, especially like you just gotta experience that feeling.
You can't explain that. Like I tell people all the time, Danielle was a perfect example. Yeah. Like I remember telling you're gonna come to this gym. She was the Planet Fitness. Yeah. We just recently canceled that membership. That's why Dom was getting hustled about the tanning bed today.
Listen, I'm still paying Planet Fitness.
So is my girl, bro, because I
they
guess
get you on a contract.
This is next to impossible.
Well, you gotta go in there. Like you can't. There's no way online to do it. Like, you gotta go in there. They cry about it and whatever.
I mean, there's other gyms here too that I've attempted to call, and they're like, "Well, you didn't call before this date, so we'll charge you for next month, and then you're out." And like, it's kind of.
See, I thought you were going to bring up the Arnold clip where he's talking about when he gets a pump, he feels like he's coming.
Arnold, they said he used to drink pig blood.
Yes.
And the only reason he stopped is because he accidentally drank a blood clot.
I never heard that shit. That's crazy.
Bro.
Oh, he did.
Disgusting.
Was you the one who said that, or that's okay?
Yeah, I made that up.
Okay.
No, he for real said that.
I thought I heard that on a reel or something.
No, he for real did say that. Yeah, no. But yesterday, man, was like I said, just overall
sensational.
I actually got everybody's numbers. So we're gonna have to. I'll have to do the conversions on the kilos for Matt, but so for Jared,
Big Jared Waninsky.
Well, yeah, when they called his name, I said Mike was. They were like Jared was. I'm like, it's Mike Wazowski. But Jared, he went sleeves raw, so he squatted 374. What was his weight class?
He went 242.
242. So he squatted 374, benched 325, deadlifted 429 for an 1129 total.
Damn.
Now the thing about that, he's done a lot more in the gym for all of these lifts,
especially bench.
But last week he came in and he had a bruise on his upper bicep. And his chest was tight. So with that being said, we were like, okay, you potentially have something going on there. It's up to you if you want to do the meet. And he looked at me. He was like, "Oh, I'm doing the meet." And I was like, okay. When you warm up for bench, just warm up a lot. Make sure you're good. Same thing for deadlift. Make sure you're good. So the fact that he still, raw, total 1129. With that, I mean, all of his lifts were very conservative. I mean, when he got done with squat, everybody was like, man, put some weight on there. Got done with bench, same thing. And then deadlift was the same thing. He had a great day. For his first meet ever.
And he was happy. Day. And that was a big thing for me, man. He just seemed almost every time, there was a couple of times where he'd get good PRs, what I mean? But he went through a lot in that chapter, this one.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
For him to leave happy was a big deal, and it was really cool to see for sure.
Yep. And then, so Matt, he ended up squatting 500 raw. And then he benched, let's see, I'm doing the conversions here. I got you. Then he benched 402.
Be patient. He has a Flintstone calculator over there.
I got it right here. What you need?
My fault. And then benched, and then he deadlifted 255 kilos.
562.
So 562. He deadlifted 562. Now the thing about Matt. So what's that total? That's 1464 total. Raw 220. We wrapped his knees, didn't he?
Yeah. annihilated my numbers.
Yeah, he completely
and he was nice
Jared,
about it because it could have been so much worse.
So Jared ended up taking the 242 raw bench. He moved that square. He took Mason Lee Store off.
Yeah.
And then Matt erased you off of the. You didn't have a raw career.
Oh no.
As for the board, your raw career is.
I might
gone.
come back for that raw squat at some point. Right now, it don't seem too far. 500 don't seem too crazy.
And so the thing about Matt, man, is like.
You had that back injury.
Yeah, well, not only that, but up until 3 weeks ago, he trains by himself because he's on second shift. So like
he does some crazy stuff by himself.
He does, yeah. Like he'll post some videos randomly. He'll post some videos, and I'm like, as I'm watching them, I'm like, oh my god,
there's a board tied to his chest.
Yeah, he's taking out like 400 pounds on bench or close to 400 pounds on bench by himself with a board knee wrapped around him, you know. And I'm just sitting there watching it, and I'm like, there goes my house. Like something's about to happen.
He fits the culture so well, though. Like,
so really me and Matt, I don't know what it is. We kind of got like the same workout schedule. Like I've been in there we've been in there a handful of times, just me and him together. Like I'll come in there and he'll be working out, or he'll come in there and I'll be working out. Yeah. And sometimes I'll look in there like he's tripping.
But
he's a strong dude.
2 weeks ago, he went to deadlift. I think he was at close to 600, and he's conventional. And something popped in his back. I mean, as soon as he stood up with it, he dropped it, took a couple steps, and then like went down. He was like, "Oh," and went down and started rolling his back out. And he looked at me. He's like, "Bro, I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to do this meet." So we did some recovery. Put him on the reverse hyper and still pulling 562, you know, raw with that looming over his head, still kind of playing in his back. Very, very good day. So yeah, he ended up totaling 1464. And then Jordan with his first multiply meet at 181, he ended up squatting. I got the numbers on this. He ended up squatting 534. Benched 314, deadlifted 457 for a 1306 total. So what's funny about that is he pulled 500 in the gym, right?
Yeah, off a 1-inch mat.
Yeah, off a 1-inch mat,
it was like
right?
505.
So it was 505. Yeah. So he's, you know, he did not understand what multiply does to you in a meet, right? So that 457 was his opener on deadlift. And Snooki looks at him and he's like, you might want to lower that, bud. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna jump to 500. And he's like, I don't think so. And he was like, no, I do. And he was like, okay. And he pulled out 457. It was a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, and then he comes off and he's like, okay, I get it. My bad. You know, because that deadlift, man, once you get to deadlift and a multiply meet, like we always say, deadlift's just the last thing you got to do before you go home and eat. Like you're spent. You're spent, bro.
The cheat code is to suck at bench, and then you have plenty of energy for the
deadlift, which comes around to your numbers. So if you got your numbers right, we got them right here. You want to explain your numbers?
So I squatted 600, which was kind of the goal. It jumped up when I did it in the gym. 625. I think 625 would have flew.
I agree.
And then I benched 369, which is like a 4-pound PR or something. Yeah. But again, this was just my fault in the end. I ungrooved it in the first one. It went over my face. That's why I knew it was coming out, and so I told him to take it. And then the last one, that one's gonna haunt me. And then the 500, that was the goal, was the 500. But you know, it was one of those that you pull and you're like, man, that should have been 525. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was smooth. It was smooth, man.
It really surprised me how, and I've learned over the past, year or whatever I've been doing it, I can feel when it's gonna come. Yeah. Like maybe mid shin to knee. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a big thing for me is I watched the Laura Phelps thing too. Is like, learning patience. And I've gave a lot of guys that advice. in the gym, and it's helped them pull. I know Brandon was a big, came right off. I was like, if you wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have pulled that.
Yeah.
And it did. It's you're about to embrace the suck. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I looked at Kaylee before the 500. I said, I will go out on this one.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come up. Like, it's, and that when it went up easy, I was like, man.
Yeah, easy, man.
But with the 1469 total, I mean, that's whatever.
And this is the thing too. I know I talk a lot of but I'm extremely, extremely proud. You feel me? Like I seen these guys come in first day. You know what I'm saying? Looking like chicken scared, scared to say what's up to the black guy in the gym. But you feel me? But like just seeing these numbers, like bro, just seeing like everybody then tripled what they came in there and was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the thing for me is like I texted the first day I texted Jonah, and I hold this near and dear because I texted him and told him, like, he asked me, what are your numbers? And I told him they suck.
Yeah.
I was like, but I promise you that I will do anything it takes to be the best at this sport. And I still have continued to grind, and it's became my life. Like, I was a part in my life where I didn't know where I belonged. I had stopped doing what I was doing. I was just working, doing the 9 to 5. I actually decided I was just going to drink beer and get fat. And then I spent a lot of Union Tank money on golf and decided I was going to be Tiger Woods. I'm just not good. It's just kind of like that you're saying. It just wasn't filling. Like, I was like, I've always needed something. I've rode bulls. I've trained MMA. I played football. I did everything adrenaline-wise.
Yeah.
So, like, it's 740 gave me a place to,
Yeah.
to belong. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like we said, I think it was a few weeks ago, you floor pressed and
165 for like 2, and I asked you if I needed to not come back.
Yeah, yeah. I think you
did.
floor pressed. I think you did 3 plates a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I did like 325.
And I was like, and you were like, he's like, I'll stop it there. I was like, well, that's better than 165 for a double, like your first day.
Because he kept adding the weight because it was kind of a deload day, and he's like, if that one looks easy,
then we'll go
I did
again.
it again. He's like, how much have you actually done on this? I was like, it's changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, man, I tell you what, I'm proud of everybody, and I'm especially proud of you, man, coming in and you did from day one. It was like no matter what I had to do, no matter what you had to do, you did it, and you're continuing to do that. Nationals is next, and then a couple years, man. Like I've always said, a couple years, I would absolutely love to hear a few guys from 740 competing at the WPO.
Right, that would be the insane dream.
I will cry. I don't cry. I never cry, but I'll cry then.
I'll cry. I kind of cried when I realized I didn't get to go to Vegas this year. So
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. I missed that. So I'll be in Pennsylvania.
Nah, you didn't really miss anything.
Damn. Hey, we're about to get on. We're about to cut this because I'm about to beat Dolan's ass. Hey, well, man, at the end of the day, again, proud of everything that you've done. Proud to have you at 740, man. You've come a long way, not only as a lifter, but as a coach and helping people out. So I'm happy, and I'm ready to see where it goes next, man.
Me too. And for everybody that keeps hating, keep watching.
Yeah, I like that. Keep watching because the shit ain't done. We just getting started.
Not even
getting
close.
started.
It's been a year.
Man. So we got Big Dob over there. Oh, yeah. Listen,
shout out our sponsor.
shout out our sponsor, man. That's what I wanted to say at the end there. You're going to have to grab one of these for a celebratory.
Yeah, we got Z's Tobacco Warehouse, one of our first big sponsors. Then laced this up with some Rocky Patels. If you know anything about Rocky Patels, this is a good cigar. We got an Ashton Churchill over there, Rocky Patel Churchill over here. So like I said, hit us up, website, official wholesalers.
Bro, the thing about these is they're actually smooth.
Yeah.
Like I've smoked a lot of cigars in my day, and a lot of them you just hit it so the ash, so it keeps burning.
Yeah.
These are actually smoking. Yeah. So for sure.
Add 50 pounds to your squat.
They do add 50 pounds to your squat. Hey man, as always, we appreciate y'all. Check out the website 740barbell.com. As always, we got Big Dob, Big Mason, and the biggest Jonah. This is the Push and Weight Show.
Push and Weight.
Peace.
If you thought we was funny, like we thought we was funny, make sure you get on the Push and Weight YouTube, like, subscribe, and share for more content.